welcome back to our Timberborn mega build series, and I have played quite a lot between videos to get a few things sorted out. So first, trains. A couple of you quite rightly pointed out that I had a lot of trains sat doing nothing, and actually I've deleted them. Wonder actually now if I've deleted them I can go back up to ultra settings on the game. So I found my FPS had tanked when I had lots of trains, and actually they were just sat there doing nothing. I don't know if that was a me problem or not, but now each track has a single train running, and you can also probably see that I've put back the district crossings. I've actually moved the one between this district so that it's about halfway, because I was finding that the trains weren't necessarily moving everything that I wanted. So I've got that going on. Over here I've put in a district crossing which is mostly over towards the main district, and there is a single train. And you also see I flattened all of this for an upcoming project. Also flattened over here because that project was going to be here, but I've decided to have it here. I've got 5 injured beavers, and that's in this district. Okay, they are in beds, so that's okay. And then I've also put in a district crossing between these two districts to move scrap metal and logs from this district to this district, and then we are moving planks and metal and stuff the other way. The reason that I needed that is we now have bot production going on over here. So we actually have 10 spare bots. So where do we want to send those? We are okay here. So quite possibly back to the main district. Yep. So we are short. No, we've got 30 spare bots over there. Okay, so we've got spare bots at the moment, which is good. That is one of the things that I have sorted, and we've put some explosive production and some extract production over here. We've moved the trees and put in some more power wheels. We've got a big open flywheel thingamabobber. Yep, large flywheel. So power over here is pretty much sorted. And yeah, moved the trees because what I'm slowly working on over here is filling this in so that we can make a big water wheel network to provide power over to the reservoir. I might do that off of this side as well. I want to start populating this corner of the map. Got more of the metal floodgates in that we need, and we have lots of things to explode, which we will get to in a moment. We will do that one so that they can come place that next piece of dynamite. I've got a bunch of the outer part of the reservoir done. We've just got this corner to do, but I needed to clear some trees. So then we'll start working on clearing this bit out so we have one big reservoir. In this district, I've added in a load more water wheels and constricted this channel a bit so that we are generating enough power to keep things going. We still have a bit of an issue, but this has helped, and we've recovered some land as part of that. And then over here, this is the big project that I've been working on. So I have terraformed this area flat. God, I've forgotten which American state someone said I should call this. Was it Iowa or Idaho? One of the two. It's going to be our big farm area. And I've got in a bunch more explosives here. So the plan is, this is where we started, is I'm going to detonate this so we have a water flow coming in to here, and then this is going to be a holding tank, and we will have a bunch of mechanical pumps which will then feed water into irrigation channels to irrigate all of this. Sort of did something like this on the Meander series. This is a much bigger scale, and yes, I know that it's not maybe the most optimal for irrigation and evaporation and stuff, but I thought it was a fun project. So this is going to be where most of our food production shifts to, and because I was using bots to do it, we put in a power station and some charging. So yeah, that's where we are with things. I'm also working on dropping this mountain down. So let's do this explosion. because I want to make some more space. So just getting that slowly done. Things are running a lot better now. We have excess bots and beavers. We actually have some homeless beavers, so we should probably put some more accommodation in. I put in a bunch more breeding pods, and then I've had to pause them because we have too many beavers again. So we need to build another. Which side have I got the stairs here? We need to build another 2 barracks. So let's keep extending our tower block because it's iron teeth and they just love function over form. So we'll get that in. We'll get that built probably pretty quickly. I've put in some big water tanks as well because I did expand the population, and probably went a bit too far, but we are going to set up some new districts soon, so that's okay. We'll be making use of them. Right, let's get some explodering done. So this channel is intended to feed water into this new irrigation system. So we'll blow that first because I then want to put in some dams. See, we've got one there, which is probably a bit too low. Actually, no, we're going to put double floodgates in. So what I'm going to do is in the metal floodgates, put in double metal floodgates. So we need to delete that bridge for now. And the reason that I want to do this is you can build on top of these, and that will let us put in a deep mechanical pump on top so that we can fill this deeper than the natural water supply will let us. We can fill it all the way to the top. So they'll get that built, and then we will detonate this. So this is going to be where we hold the water, and this, I think we need to go one deeper, and that will be our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that will be 6 deep, which is as deep as the deep mechanical pumps can go. So we should, with what we have here, just be able now to lay in single dynamite all the way across here. And that will be this done. So let's get all of this placed, and there are staircases for them to get down, and by them I mean the beavers, to place everything. So that'll be that. So that's that job. They should be able to get across to that one by going round the bridge and stuff. So yep, that's that done. Next, I'm hoping that they can get to all of this. We might need to place some more ladders. I'm not sure. Next explosion. We have another layer, and this is going to be the last layer for now of dynamite in here. So, oh, missed one. Might have to come back to that. Let me just check for any more that I might have missed in the corners. It doesn't look like it, but we also have explosives set here, so that we can get the water out of that area. So let's detonate that first, and ever so slowly, one piece at a time, and we can get rid of the staircases I had to build to actually be able to build it, and put in the missing bits of dynamite there. We might need to go deeper here. We will see. So hopefully our beavers can get this built fairly quickly. I've also set up a bunch of terraforming, which I think we probably need to enable them access to make this bit smaller internally, because that way bad water will clear out nice and quickly. So it didn't feel like it needed to have much internal volume, so I've kind of cut that down, but from the outside it looks the same. So yeah, while they're placing that piece of dynamite over here, I want to put in smelters, because this is where we get our metal from, and I want to put in plank production and gear production and maybe treated plank production, because this is where the bulk of our wood comes from, and I feel like we may as well do the processing of it here so that we don't have to export logs and then process them. We may as well process them and export the products. So that was my thought. We will need power generation, but we have so much wood we can just burn it for engines. I also put this tower in, and I'm basically using this to switch resources across to this district because the transfer is not super slick. So what we do is we delete that, and probably now that I've got more bots and stuff, I can staff the district crossings better and maybe double some of them up. But what we do is we swap it across, kind of like I'm doing on the 1000 Island save. We just tell them then to empty these and they get their scrap metal and logs. And that works pretty quickly because we have so many haulers now. And we could have even more, but that's okay. We need to set up our farming district. So right, this is in. So the next step is we can build, I believe, single platforms on top, and then we can put in our deep mechanical fluid pump, which I can't believe we haven't used yet. So let's get that in. And then once that's all done, we'll need a way of powering it, but it only needs 700 HP. So I'm sure we can work that out, and that'll allow us to fill this completely. And I'll use a stream gauge so that it doesn't overflow. I've left this in. We'll probably get rid of this at some point. Yeah, so let's see if they've placed our missing piece of dynamite. As the morning rises, they have. So let's have a little bit of an explosion. We can not quite, but almost get the whole thing in. So if we start it here, and then I'll shuffle the camera up as it goes. There goes the FPS. If it'll let me shuffle the camera up, there we go. Yeah, it just kills the performance. And it's partly why I wanted to get rid of it and stop doing it, because I'm not sure if having so much explosives on the ground is causing some performance issues as well. So that's that all gone. So now if I look here, yeah, I need to, in theory, bring this down a really long way if we want to completely empty it. But what I want to do is bring it down 3, 4 more so that we can empty it at least. So I'm going to delete these two while we've got a good water supply and get dynamite going in here as a priority. And then we'll build some big floodgates while this slowly fills up. So, yep. I'll leave doing that until later. But yeah, obviously we'll need to, once this is all finished, in fact, you're done. So you can be paused. And is it empty? It's empty. So I need to sketch out the rest of this. I'll do that off camera because I have a picture that I'm copying, but then we'll need to start working on, once this is in, demolishing all of this down to the same level, moving all of this stuff, closing this outer wall and giving them access still. But what I wanted to do is work on setting up these farms. So drawing out the irrigation path. I'm going to pause the game because we're going to use platforms to do it. Essentially what I need to do I want that to be full first? Maybe I do. No. So this is not irrigated, so we want to go 15 from here. So that's 10. Let's do 10 actually. Let's do it in blocks of 10 because I'm planning to do single width channels. So it may be that actually they don't irrigate quite so far. And maybe it would be sensible I should do double width, but we'll see. So something like that is what we're going to go with. So we'll just do double depth. And I'm going to run them basically all the way to, that should do. So if I put this path in, that'll be our edge marker for that. And need to remove that piece of path, and we'll need to put in some paths so they can place all of this probably. And we need to remove that warehouse, which I think has dirt in it for doing, which we can now set to empty. I think actually I want to do them double wide. Yeah, a bit more irrigation going on. Basically, each one of these is going to have a deep mechanical pump feeding it with a stream gauge to control how much goes in, because that's kind of what I like doing. And once these are in and the land is all irrigated, then what we can do is put in farms. So something that I'm not sure of, but I will have tested, is how many farms we will need to support this much farmland, because the farms that I've put in 3 farms down here, and really they're just about keeping up. What we need to do now actually is, because we've cut off a bunch of the farmland, we need to platform over this so that they can still get to it. And I am going to be completely excessive and platform all of it. Possibly don't need to, but we can, so why not? It's kind of my view. So that's that bit that I wanted to get planned while I was chatting to you guys, so you can see progress. Let's say I'm not too worried about filling this yet. We need to get this built. We need to get it powered. What I'll do is, I'm loving these side platforms. So good. So there. Okay, let's go for these ones in that. Okay. Yeah, you. So if we put that 1, 2, 3. So if we put that there and put a stream gauge on it, we'll be able to configure that to control the deep water pump to keep this reservoir full, and then we'll have deep water pumps that run along here to control all of this. And maybe it would be sensible to have a store or medium warehouse, medium tank. I find this makes building so much quicker if they've got the resources to hand. We are pretty low on dynamite because we've been using it pretty excessively, but let's do that, and that will help. So yeah, that's where we are. This is the main project that I'm working on, whilst slowly working on getting this finished. And this, so the bots over here, I could probably put more builder and hauler bots in here. I've got more, I think almost all of the jobs now are using bots. So I've got lots of hauling posts for the organic beavers to help out. I'm not certain on that. We'll go through and make sure that we switch the rest of them. But yeah, we're working on here. We're working on building this out so that we can get some perpetual power going on. Apart from during a drought, obviously. But that'll give us a nice source of power. And I do want to get over here where we have 2 bad water sources and a big open piece of land where we could hook up some sort of big power system. Oh yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to power these for now. We'll get to that. We need to get it built first. And yeah, so this is why I have power over here. I probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We've got an extract tank there. I'm not sure why. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put in a small tank for grease as well to have the beavers, not beavers, the bots working to the best of their ability. And actually our science is dropping quite a lot because I've put in some more control towers, and I wonder whether these bridges are having an effect. Probably not. They don't use that much. And we unlocked some stuff. We unlocked this, which I think is so cool. And Battery Smooth did such a cool job making these. They are awesome. So, yeah. And these videos seem popular, so we're going to keep going with them because I'm having a lot of fun. And I got a bit frustrated at one point with the performance dropping off, and I was going to completely delete the trains because they weren't working as I wanted. But now we're getting in a better situation. I think we can probably... between the trains and the district crossings, I think we're okay. Yeah, so I'm going to let them get this built and get everything built, and then we'll split this off as a separate district. I've actually put in the structure for it, so the plan is that we will put in 2 district crossings. So we'll have one there and one there, and we'll delete this path so that they come from here through this path into either side, and then these 2 will link it off here. Yeah, this will just be a big farming district, probably with actual beavers doing the farming, I think. But we'll see. We might make it bots. Depends how things go. Let's delete that and put in the missing few bits of explosive. And yeah, I think probably we are going to need to have paths. There's paths running along that. We probably need to have paths along these ones as well so that they can build those. It would probably have made sense that they go all the way so they can come out from either side. They're getting all of this placed, just lots more placing explosives over there, over here. I need to probably need to do a bit of terraforming maybe, and so I'm going to put in maybe 3 smelters, a bunch of planks and gears at the very least, maybe some treated planks as well. And yeah, so I'm going to get that done, and I'll be back at some point. Welcome back. It's been quite a while. We have a problem. We had a bit of a flood over here, and we have 52 contaminated beavers in this district now, and that causes us a multitude of issues. We ran out of beavers to do work, so I've had to bring some extra in. That gives us the issue that the contaminated beavers are using all of the beds, so some of our working beavers are sleeping outside. I built a bunch of decontamination pods. I'm not sure if they will do the job or not before the beavers die. It kind of happened when I wasn't paying attention. And yeah, I guess that's what happens when your colony gets so big that you can't watch everything. So let's just build a few more. And the other thing we have a problem with is bot charging over here. So I'm going to throw in a few more of those, and then we will ignore this troublesome district and come back to it in the future when things are hopefully a bit better. You can see, yeah, lots of bots that need charging. Terraforming up here is done. I need to think about where we go next with that. The mine is in. We could start working that with some bots, so let's do that. We have metal production over here, so then we wouldn't need to be importing scrap metal, which would be good. So let's in fact stop that. Scrap metal not needed anymore. Scrap metal not needed over here anymore, so that's good. That means we are mainly importing logs from this district now. That's okay. Over here, I've got a whole load of stuff built or being built. So we've got a lot of sawmills, a lot of gear workshops, and the power connection for these is going to come through here and then through here and into here, and then some smelters and some treated plank stuff. And I've started growing some pine trees for the pine resin. we shouldn't need that many pine trees. I'm planning to plant this area with them. Yeah, I need to sort power out for this. I'm not entirely sure how to do it. Whether we kind of tighten all of this up and create a network of water wheels along here, and we'd have to then reopen the exit here. That's a possibility. I've not decided yet. We will work that out shortly. Over here, this is all in and is now a separate district. So over here, we have our farmers that are in the farms at the moment. We have our hauling posts, which at the moment only have a few beavers in, and I've not reset these up yet, so that could be an issue, but we'll deal with that as we come to it. But what we need to do, a space cleared here to put some water pumps in. We need to put in a hauling post, and we need to put in all of the farms. So what we're going to do is make use of this little back area and put in a hauling post, because we will need that. And then we will want more builders. So what I've realized, something that I've been forgetting, is mangroves. And so if, annoyingly, I refill this by a level, we can grow mangroves in each of these water channels. So that's what we're going to do. I had a bit of an issue, actually. The game crashed, and it constantly crashed at one point, and it seemed to be something to do with simple triggers. So I managed to recover. I saved the game where we were. I took out simple triggers. I then restarted the game, saved it without simple triggers in, and then put it back, and it seems fine. So that's okay. So we've got all of our pumps in. I could have these joined up so we didn't need all these pumps, but I kind of like how it looks. We've got 4 engines. We've got 2 huge horizontal or large horizontal framed flywheels. The idea being that these pumps won't have to run all of the time, so they can save some water and save some power and store up power. So yeah, we might need to put more engines in, but for now we are not planning to, or I am not planning to, but we do need to put in farms, and we need space for storage. So this end might end up being storage, but what I think we're going to do is put a farmhouse I've put the path in the wrong place. The path's in the wrong place. So the idea is that we have a path along one side, and we do it consistently. So let's do that. And delete those. That might cause us issues. We'll see. We will see. So yeah. Let's delete that. Yes. And then put in more farmhouses. I'm not sure if 2 farmhouses is going to be enough to farm each of these pads of farmland. And then we have a bit of a funny at the end. So we might need to put in stuff there. So let's do that, and that should allow us to farm all of that land fairly effectively. Hopefully we are bringing in logs and planks. We probably need log and plank storage. Let's put a medium pile of planks because we don't need as many. So logs and planks, and then let's actually go in and set these things up. So manage distribution. turn everything off for now, and we want coming in planks. We shouldn't need metal beams or scrap metal. We want, let's do gears if we've got storage. Let's put all of the foods on. These guys won't be processing the food at the moment. And water and logs. And then export wise, probably at the moment nothing. And then as we start growing stuff, we can alter it. So let's go into here and all of the foods. Yeah, so that's copied that one, which is perfect. And then we want to ramp up the numbers on both sides. No. We are somewhat short of bots, but I think that's okay. And probably here we need to bring in more beavers. So we have a minimum of 35 set. Let's set that to say 60 and see how we do with everything that we have going on. So hopefully they can work on getting stuff built. There's only the 2 of them, so it might take a while. But anyway, the drought has just ended, and something quite cool. So I put in these floodgates, and I found that just opening one of these floodgates was enough to give a reasonable flow through the river and generate some power. So that was cool. And we're working on finishing the outside of this slowly. Yeah. Let's detonate that and that. And then we put those there and there. This is our bad water relief. So, yeah, eventually this will be one huge reservoir which sits just inside here all the way around up here. And I've also started placing, actually I'd forgotten, been a while, explosives along these. So let's get those placed. And yeah, I'm using trains less now, so we are relying more on district crossings and double district crossings where appropriate. Right, let's pause you and you. So yeah, if we wanted to have this be good for water, probably what we need to do is open this up a little more. So that can be achieved through the application of explosives. So let's do that. And then at the very least, we could put a bunch of water wheels down here and then maybe rely less on engines. But there probably will be an amount of engine usage as well. Maybe we could build that on platforms in here. But let's get that going. And I guess... no, we can't really. So we are reliant on this. And how are we looking in this district? We've got plenty of bots in this district. We're doing over here now. So power, connect up that missing piece of power, and yeah, we're okay for bots, but just very short of everything else. So let's up those so we've got lots of metal being produced. That would be good. And yeah, I'm not sure how to work. Probably what we're gonna have to do is come along here and do something which zigzags to generate the power, but I've not got my head around that yet, so that's why we haven't done it. Yeah, we've now got 49 contaminated beavers and 2 injured, so not great. There they are. There they are, just mooching around, doing nothing, being a burden on society. Right, yeah, so the things that we need to get done are this and the power associated with it, and probably I'm going to have to destroy it again. I'm thinking. is that we come, because the water wheels sit 2 high, not 3 high. So if we go, actually no, they can sit there. So I didn't need to delete that. That's a bit annoying. So let's put that back. And then what we're going to do, I think, is probably have to terraform along here like that, and do power large water wheels, and probably we'll find they can't get to a bunch of these, but we'll see how we go. Let's move that path. I think these guys have access. Yep, they have access to dirt. So, and this probably isn't going to generate enough power. 3 water wheels is not going to generate enough power to run all of that. We do have this over here as well, which when it's flowing generates some power. At the moment it's not flowing because we're waiting for water to return, which it is. Good. Yep. Haulers are in over here, which again is good. So let's get those guys going. So storages are being built. Probably we should prioritize the farmhouses so that they actually get those built. Those planks they will pick up once they are done. Yeah, the other thing that I thought about, speaking about mangroves, is this, probably with a bit of help. So if I put a staircase there, I suspect, and this guy, if I put some staircases in, and you, if I put some staircases in, yeah, if I put a staircase there, I suspect these guys can plant a bunch of mangroves in this kind of low level water that we've got. So yeah, we'll wait and see how that goes. Let's put a pot there. Pause. So yeah, I'm going to get more of this done and we'll be back. More progress has been made. So the first channel has mangroves growing in it. They are only about 40% of the way through, but they are in. There isn't that many either, but more food, and we're just getting the second one prioritized. And this district is doing okay. We've got some more storage coming in. We've got I've built a bunch more housing. We have got capacity for more beavers, which is good. I'm kind of thinking that these guys could do with growing some trees for themselves, and I was hoping that the foresters would be able to do that, but I think the slight issue is that where I've put in all of the campfires where I have, it's a bit more challenging because the foresters can't quite reach, and I'm putting them in the middle because that way they can farm all the way along. So yeah, we might have to throw a forester in here and just plant all of this up to have the logs to run the power. It will save some importing as well, so that's probably not a bad idea. I mean, these foresters are just going to be sat there paused anyway, so that's not a big problem. I'd completely forgotten about mangroves on this save until I was watching. I've forgotten the name of the person. I was watching someone new that I'd found on YouTube, and give me a moment and I will find them. So, nope, not that one. This one. Nope. YouTube. It was Mr. Stone 4 or IV. He went mangroves very early on his save. Interesting tactic. Interesting tactic. Let's, because you're growing trees anyway, so it kind of makes sense. And if we put it that way and just loop a path around, we can then grow stuff all the way up the back here. And that will probably be pretty good. We will want some foresters. Decent number of foresters. Yeah, that'll do us. That'll do us. And I think I can't really tell in the dark. No, not quite. So what else have we been up to? This area is still being demolished and it's going pretty quickly. So I'm doing it one layer at a time because it's easier. Just put some in, leave it, and come back. Over here, all of this is in. I've got the 3 power wheels. I put 6 engines in, and these are running what I've got active at the moment, which is 4 smelters, 2 gear workshops, and 3 lumber mills. And that seems to be doing us okay at the moment. So actually, we could probably do with some storage for metal beams. And I'm thinking we've got log storage there, so let's make that metal beams. I put log storage there for the engines, but they seem to be doing okay. And I've put in some more lumberjacks here to try and clear this backlog of trees, because we are definitely using them now. This is, I need to make you a bot. The pine resin is starting to come in, so once we've got some of that, open up a couple of these as well. Not a lot's happening over here. Oh, it's happened again. So part of the reason it's happened again, I opened this up, so we are in for 45 unwell beavers again. So the flow wasn't strong enough to keep everything running, but now the flow has kind of 46 unwell beavers again. So we had just got rid of them all, and I seem to just not be on it today. Or this district seems to have issues. The only thing that's changed is this. Literally, that's the only thing that's changed. So whether I need to delete this, what I was thinking, and let's do it actually to see if it helps, is I was thinking of making this into dams, so that when the flow is not so strong, that side dries out. When the flow is a bit stronger, it can overflow into that area. And actually, maybe to help that even more, once this is actually, the builders are bots, aren't they? So what we can do is to help that even more. I think we can, with a bit of path, I'm going to make this deeper so that it can kind of act as a bit of an overflow pond, and hopefully try and stop that happening. I get very distracted on here. So the other thing that I've been distracted with, the outer edge is now complete, so we can get rid of you. I've started doing some of the demolition. So but let's just run around. So it starts here. We need to fill this gap actually. It's not quite complete. And runs all the way around here to meet up with this outer edge. And then it jumps in, and you can see this is the bit I had to freehand. I know, it's not great. My diagram didn't quite match up, but we start here and then we run around and out. So it kind of expands. And the plan now is to just clear all of this out, so this becomes one big reservoir. We'll need to move all of this. I've started tidying up some of these edges. We have lots to do because I want to make it match this. And yep, so lots more exploding to do, which no surprise really, is it? Let's keep going over here. There we go. you'll see they put this in so quickly. Maybe we can watch for a moment and just see how quickly this stuff just comes flying on to the map. And yeah, it takes them almost no time to deliver everything. There we go. You can see almost all done. Yeah, it's so quick getting stuff done. And we've got another couple of levels to go down here. I'm still not sure what we're using this area for, but we are at least creating it. So kind of this is the process. We delete the last staircase. We put in a fresh path all the way along, and then lay in our dynamite. And yeah, so don't know what we're going to use it for, but going in over here, we've got a water pumps going in. We've got a water pump, and we've got some more storage going in still. Yeah, so you can be paused now. You can be paused for now, and we have 3 days to a bad tide, and it really doesn't matter. None of that seems to matter now. It's just a case of let's build big stuff, and I kind of want to get, if my computers can handle it, so we have most of the map populated. So other things that I may or may not have mentioned, we've got the second mine up and running, and this district is now smelting its own metal, which is also kind of cool. They're pretty much self-sufficient, which is good because I seem to keep screwing things up and making the beavers ill over here. So yeah, hopefully we can see if this helps relieve it. I basically turned the flow up too much. Whether that's because this should have opened, I think. That could be it. That could be the problem. I think that should be open, but I'm not certain. Right, let's do that. That might be what was causing it, actually, because we were getting fresh water coming through here as well, and previously we haven't been. Yeah, that could be it. That could be, yeah, because this is all doing better now as well. So maybe that was it. Maybe the back pressure from that was kind of messing things up. That would explain it. And let's get to the last. There's so much just blowing stuff up on here to kind of recontour everything, but that's kind of what you expect, I guess. It's kind of crazy how much wood we've managed to start stripping away as well now. With that, make sure we tell them not to cut down. There we go. We do want to cut that one down, so we're slowly taking these oaks away and replacing them with the pine trees that we want. We have pine resin now, so let's get one of you going. A few beavers short, but that's okay. So yeah, get some treated planks on the go. Let's make you storage for treated planks. I'm really not relying on the trains anymore. They're more of a kind of visual feature, I guess. Yeah, I much prefer using these. They're much easier. I find them much easier. I'm not finding them to particularly be an issue in terms of moving what I need to move. Yeah, kind of works for me. So, and if you know me, if it works, I tend to stick to it. So, yeah, probably what I should have done is just blast this down as deep as it can go. This is purely going to be an overflow of this. So if this gets too deep, it goes through there rather than over here. And hopefully that will be enough. Yeah. I think this was the issue. I think this was definitely the problem. So I'm pretty sure I had it set. So let's do, when drought starts, you go to 1. When drought ends, you go to 0. Bad tide starts, you go to 1. Bad tide ends, you go to 0. They're desynchronized from these middle ones, which stay at 1. And the same 1.5. 1. Or 0, sorry. 1.5, 0. There at 1. You go. Yep. That should sort it. So we just need all of these beavers to be not contaminated now. Did I say we've got loads of mangroves growing over here as well? You kind of can't see them in the dark, but in fact they can. There they are. They are on their way to bearing fruits. And we'll need to bring over a load more bots at some point to support that. But again, that's not a problem. How's the mine? We need treated planks, so which we're making now, so that's good. Let's open up another one. And maybe we're only running 4 bots in the mine anyway, so yeah. More treated planks needed. And basically this should do all of the production we need, so we could start phasing stuff out over here and making space for other things. Well, we are full on 2.5 grand's worth of explosive. That's good because we have a lot of exploding to do. So we need to, as I said, first clear all of the inside of this. And that will make things better, and then work on neatening up the outside. I'm not sure actually whether to backfill some of the outside. Around here, whether we backfill it up and make use of it. But kind of step 1 is just getting rid of all of this stuff. And creating something level to work from, or placing the light, because it's so much easier when it's all one level. Very much easier. So yeah, I think we'll work on flattening the middle. So that means we need to take out this. Just a whole bunch of random stuff, but we need to knock that down on 1. So tidy up the paths a little bit. Basically, we need to have a path that runs probably all the way along here so that we can actually reach all of it. And there goes the bad tide. And I should just switch over this. Yep. It stops coming out of here. Starts coming out of here. Once it's contaminated, it goes out of there. Job's a good one. So, let's do that. Let's set these to be deleted. There we go. And then we need to let's leave those bits for now, just because they control water flow. So well, that didn't take long, did it? Yeah, all the way back. There we go. So get that knocked down. What we do when the water stops is we open this guy up, and that lets the full reservoir just drain into here through the river system and replaces our lack of water flow. So, yep. It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. So these are only at 12%, so it's okay. Put in the next batch of explosives here. There we go. Over here, we're at 27, 30%, so they've got a way to go yet as well. Yeah, right now we could set that to supply now, actually, to make sure that the mine's got its treated planks that it needs. Yeah. I'm thinking, there's 24 spare bots there. Let's send those. Send 20 of them over to this district. So yeah, got a load of spare now. So let's unpause these. Unpause another lumber mill. Let's crank up the number of bots in the mine and get things going. So, brilliant. Okay, I think we're done for this week because I'm kind of short of any more time. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and comments, questions or suggestions below. I will see you next time.